Leo, welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below, and it will talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each card. Here you go. Hmm. So you're hoping to put your resources elsewhere in order to get a return on investment. However, you have not taken action on this yet. This is the pause before you create. So when I deal with aces, I always like to tell people aces are high potential and low resolution. So you have high potential and low resolution to rework your resources. You have to process it through a framework. You've already planned out and considered what that framework is going to be, and you're hoping for the right moment to take action on it. But you're worried because you know it takes a lot of effort. You know it takes a lot of resilience. Okay? But ultimately, you're stuck in your head somewhere about exactly, have you calculated this properly? Do you have the strength? Do you have the resilience? Do you have the resources? So this is your hesitation. You're literally going back over your plan with a fine-tooth comb, but you're projecting all the this could go wrongs on it, you know? So it's almost like, you know how people say plan for the worst but hope for the best? It's almost like you plan for the best and you're hoping for the worst, because the more you go over all of these finite details that haven't even happened yet and you start creating these plan B, plan C, plan D, it's almost like the advice I would give is if you have to make a plan B, C, and D, then it's almost like you're already setting yourself up for failure with plan A. Does that make sense? Yeah. Let's move forward. If I can think of a better way to explain that, I'll go back. Um, you've searched really deep within yourself and you found some solace of what you need, but you don't feel like you can bring that into fruition and have the stability. So again, there's doubt. You're kind of like, well, it's a beautiful picture in my head, but if I have to bring it out into reality, then all the flaws are going to show and the problems are going to happen. So again, it's almost like you're welcoming in all the problems by constantly focusing on what could go wrong. Mm. So now we're back at the planning stage. We went from the Three of Wands to the Two of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so you're defending your plan. You're defending your reason. You're defending. It's almost like you have to convince yourself every day that you're doing the right thing. Every day, like you're doing the right thing. Like you have to tell yourself this. Because ultimately, if you go, there's still a loss. Hmm. This is interesting, Leah. Oh, I see. You were planning something better. You had a glimpse of hope and happiness that the situation you're in could be better. There was a moment when you were like, I could fix all this so I don't have to go. But something stopped that dead in its tracks. It's almost like you were ready to pull yourself up out of the muck in the environment that you were in, and somebody just pushed you right back down. That's what you're having a hard time letting go of. It's not a person, It's an idea that you could have fixed it. You could have done it better. But now you just have to convince yourself every day that you're doing the right thing, no matter what you choose, whether you stay or whether you go. It's a struggle every day to convince yourself. And you're back and forth a lot. Leo. So this card, I always look at it as people being sent away from a society, but they are not alone. In the inverse, I see it as you constantly going back to this situation that is only going to push you back out again. It's a cycle. How many times have you been around it? How many times? Breaking a karmic cycle is difficult and it's painful. Speaking up for yourself is difficult and it's painful. And I should know because I do both of those things quite often. But when you're ready to take your resources elsewhere, you'll find the strength. Because you have to. Because I usually don't talk about the astrological significance of a card unless it relates to that person's sign. And the strength card is what relates to Leo. We're finding you stuck by your own power. You're only holding yourself back, Leo. Stop it. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I'll see you next time.